and welcome, and I hope everyone is well. I'm Shirley and thank you for joining me today. My channel is known as Crazy Cat Lady Stitches, and I'm also Crazy Cat Lady Stitches on Instagram too. You can find me there. You might have seen that I've not posted a video for a long time, almost a year. I've had some little niggling health issues which culminated in COVID and me losing my voice, so therefore if you can hear me being a bit husky, that's why. And talking about my voice, if you see any vapour above me, that's my humidifier. I'm trying to keep the area around my moist. So as I said, I haven't been around for a year. I've been on a couple of retreats and I had to miss one last November due to the dreaded COVID. Only recently gone back to work, but I have been stitching and I have got some things to show you. Now if you want to stay and watch my WIP parade, please do, but pause the button because it's going to be a long one and grab yourself a drink. While you're doing that, I'll have a drink too. Right, are you back? Good. So let's start with this. The episode I've put on for you, the title is WIPGO or WIP-Gone. I've been doing WIPGO since January the 1st. I have my WIPGO board and I've actually kept up with it, plus some other projects as well. And I think I've inadvertently joined May Mania as well. So before we go any further, I'm going to show you designs and projects that I have finished, and these are the fully finished ones. So the first one, I don't know if I showed you last year or not. This is Apothecary from the Stitchy Witcher, or Stitchy Witch. I'll put the details on the screen. This is this one. It's on 40 count coffee craft fabrics. Can I please make a note now that most of my fabrics will be coffee craft fabrics. So here's this one, and the frames are from Atelier Framing. Now if you live in South Yorkshire, she might be worth someone seeing, so I'll put her details down below as well. She's absolutely excellent, and she's done this one. Right, the next one is actually the same frame but different, bigger. This one is Happy Halloween. Again, I'll put the details on the screen so I'm not talking too much. Cord 4 fabric, and I'm using Silks for You black for this. And let's see if I can pull it back so you can see it. There you go. I finished this at the Essex retreat last September. So that's that one. This one I did towards the end of last year, and I have might have finished it in January or the end of December. I've framed it myself. It is black velvet from Ink Circles. I had to think there. So that's that one. And again, I've used the black from Silks Are You. I love their black, and if I've got to do a black, I usually substitute it with that. And I've got two more finishes, but one is still at the framers, so I'll have to show you the photograph. But this one is Tudor Rose. I think it's Heartstring samplers. Let me just check. I've got this little nifty app that I've got from Teresa Little Stitcher. It's absolutely fabulous. It says Tudor Rose Biscornu, but I didn't make it into a Biscornu because it's massive. This is on fabric from Sparkly's 28 count even weave, cord 4 colours, and I thought that's too big. So what I've done, discussed with Lisa, my framing lady, and we decided to put it in this. She's kindly put some pads on the back, and I'm going to use it as a tile tray on my dressing table. So that is really, really pretty and a different use than having it hung on the wall. So that's been down here, and I need to take that upstairs. Now the next one is at the framers being framed. I'll put the photographs up here. And it is Lizzie Kate's A Good Marriage, and this is to celebrate 25 years of marriage to my old man Phil. Now where was I before that phone call? Here, Lizzie Kate, and I'll show you the photograph here, and I'll show you the back as well with the framing that we've decided to do. It's our 25th anniversary last April just gone, so I thought that was really apt and a nice one to do. So those are my fully finished objects or projects, FFOs, whatever you want to call them. Now I've got some finishes. Now the first one I finished last summer, so oops a daisy, get it the right way around. It's 2024, and it's a Mary Jane design. I stitched it while I was having labyrinthitis and a whole lot of different issues at the same time. So I decided to move on to Ada, just for easy count, but I hate Ada. So, but it works with black work, and I think I substituted the gold for treasure braid, but other than that, I don't think there's anything changed with that pattern at all, except instead of putting a cup of tea button, I have stitched a coffee pot and a cup. That's the only difference. So that's that one. And then I have got a small, it is put the hat on the cat, put on the hat. I can't remember whose it was from. I'll put it down on the list down below because it's not one of those I've recorded. Oops. What am I like? Here we go. That was the back. Here's the front. So that's that one. And then from Drawn Threads, a freebie from their site is a little Christmas tree and some birds. I called for threads except for the red because I didn't have the same red that they wanted, so I just substituted it. So those are my finishes. I'm just going to have a quick slurp. And I am going to now show you what's in my frame that I'm currently working on at the moment. I'll stick a picture up. It's Nora Corbett's Gigi. I can tell you a little bit about that, if you just bear with me. Gigi, I've had 8 days of stitching in May. So let's go into May. I started this on Sunday the 18th of May, and I have stitched a week and a bit on it. And I've been swapping it with another one that I'm doing at the moment. I'm hoping to get a little bit further along, and then I'm going to put it down. I just want to get a good block done on her dress, so when I come to it, I can just carry on with the others. It's on my nerd frame, tension frame, which I'm slowly moving most things onto that one if they're big enough or small enough, because there's a couple of projects that I can't fit on them. So that's the one that's in the frame at the moment. And then I've got another one in a frame, let me just take it out. This is my leap year SAL, which means I've got 4 years to finish it in. Well, 3 now. And I'm woefully behind in my progress. Let me just show you this. It is the butterfly mandala, and this is my progress so far. Mainly I have finished all this block and filled it all in, and I'm slowly working my way across that one. And I spent, I think, so I'm just trying to find it. I spent 8 days in March with it. So that is that one. It's due for another long week at some point, and it's also on my WIPGO, so I'll have a good 7 days on that as well when it gets there. I have noticed my WIPGO, I have not had any full coverages as yet, and you know what's going to happen. They're all going to come at once. So that's that one. So in January, let me just get my January stats up. One of my numbers that for WIPGO was this, and this is Fruits of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery. I'll stick a photograph of the position where I was when I started, but basically I have done that, majority of that, and I've just got to finish that tile and then I'll be moving across. So that's that one. It's stitched on 36 count, and I'm using Gutterman's Sulky in 2 variegated colours. So that's that one. Please excuse me if I just end up writing all the details down because my voice is beginning to go. And then the other one for January was another ink circle, and this is After the Roses. This is on 40 count, 1/2, beg your pardon, and called for colours, and the fabric is Coffee Craft Fabrics. So there's that one. Right, let's move on to February's. February's was this one, and I think quite a few will recognise it. It's Hawke Run Hollow Halloween, or Halloween at Hawke Run, and basically I have completed that section there, but I also realised that I counted wrong, so I've had to pull that one out. So what I'm doing is filling this out, then putting the line back, and again the blacks substituted for Silks for You, but other than that called for colours. There you go, that's my progress halfway through block 2. When I'm going to get it finished. Then the next one, you can tell I've been working on it recently because there's needles still in it, is Alphonse, well, I can never say his name, but it's a Victorian Albert, let me just get back down, oh I can't even reach it, a Victorian Albert kit. I bought it on eBay, and it's to go with my autumn. Then this is Été, and that's the progress from start to finish, and I had a total of 7 days on that one. So that's 7 days work, and I'm working downwards. This has also been on the nurse tension frame. So all being well, it'll fit on. But you know what kits are like for trying to fit things in squarely. And the next one is by ABC Designs. I've got a couple of hers, and I'm not starting another one until I finish this one. And the progress I've made, it might be a while. Now this is on 40 count. Let me just check. No, 36 count, beg your pardon. 36 count, 1/1. No, 1/2. Oh. And it is Exquisite lace. I'll stick a picture up. Now this is a restart. It was on a flat dull black grey material, so I have just restarted this one. Okay. Right, now we're on to March's, and March's numbers produced this one. This is a sal from last year. It's All That Grows from Historical Sampler, and it's the cord 4 colours and one of Megan's lovely fabrics. I think this is on 32. This one's on 32. Wherever possible, I try and keep the labels on. So let me just show you that again. That is progress. So I'm working on this side at the moment, working just here, and I'm going to work out back to that side and then down. That will get some love in a while, but I've got several on the go. So as soon as I finish our patchwork, I'll get back onto that one. So that's this Exquisite lace, and that April's numbers was Nightingale, which I'll get. This is April's. This is a Mirabilia Nightingale. It's stitched on 32 count even weave from Lakeside Needlecraft fabric. I think it was one of their FOMs when I was in the club, and I have done the lamp and all along here in my time working with it, and I've substituted the Krynic for a similar colour because I'm not fussed about it being glow in the night. So that is that, and it's a little bit too long at the moment to go in a frame, but I can see now where the margin is, so I can measure from here 2 to 3 inches, and perhaps I'll be able to get it on my frame and be able to work on it a little bit better than that. So that's my Mirabilia, and I will show you the photograph with the picture of how far I've gone. So, and the last one is, I am still doing this Santa's house. Started it January 2 years ago, 2024. Still working on it. It's 40 count, 1/2, and I had a really good go at it. I have managed to fill all the details in on the house and the roof, and fill in some of the roof and start on the outside. So if I have another week of that sometime, I will get that done, all being well. It's all cord 4 colours, and the fabric is again Megan's. Now we're moving on to works that I'm currently working on. So let's start with my oldest one. It's still in the frame and I am going to get back to it in June, and that is the Owl Patchwork by Historical Sampler Company. It was a sal. I kept up to it until here. So this was started January the 1st and this is my progress, and I've only got that and this corner to do and I'm done. So I'm going to see if I can pull my finger out and get this done before the end of the year. So there's that one. Called for material, called for colours, and I have worked on it throughout the year so far. It gets picked up, put down, picked up, put down. So if I just want something quick and a break from one of the others, I will pick this one up. And then I am a martyr to sals because I have got another one that I started in January. I'm still on part 1, but I did have to restart it because the material I chose for the colour was too light and this detailing wasn't shown through. So this is the sun just walked by. The Tiny Modernist Self 2025. I'll put the title and everything down below. And as I say, I'm woefully behind, but I will get back to it. I've enjoyed doing a different type of stitching. You know, more blocky, more primitive type thing, this one. So I am enjoying it. Then, as I said, a martyr to sals. I decided I would join the Secret Garden sal from Historical Sampler Company, and this is my progress. This is basically part 1, but I am working on it. Again, as soon as I finish our patchwork, this one will be steaming along. Just got too many to sals. I'm saled out. If I start another sal, shoot me. And then this one was a start. This is in May. This is folk art moth from World of Cross Stitch. I've changed the fabric from the called for fabric. In fact, I've used the called for fabric for another project, and this is my progress so far. I started this, where am I? On the 8th of May, and this is how far I've got. So I've got quite a bit, and I've got a border to do. And as I was stitching it, I thought it's not as big as I thought it was going to be. Hence this. So I'll have some side bits that I can cut and use for other things. So there you go. If you hear any knocking and banging, number 2 son's cooking his dinner. And then finally, is that really finally? Excuse me, just had a coughing fit. This is my WIPGO for May. It's a new start. I started it on the 9th. No, tell a lie. Started it on the 15th of May, and I am worked on it quite consistently in the last 7 days. I have done, I'll tell you how many days I've done. 8 days, and I'm to the back stitching. It's quite an easy stitch. It was blocky, so all I'm doing now is the back stitch. So I'll pick So I'll pick that up and down during the next month, and that should be finished by the end of June. If I have my way, it'll be finished by tomorrow, but it's not going to happen. And I've just got loads and loads and loads of backstitching to do. So those are all my current WIPs. Now I have got some plans. I'll be back. Right, now I have got a couple of new starts planned to add to my list of WIPs on the go at the moment. And I recently was at the May Floss Friends retreat, and I was sitting with Lynn Wimmer, and she has made these lovely WIP thread holders, thread bags, whatever, thread rolls, whatever you want to do it. So I was talking to her and I asked her how she made them. So she told me. So when I came back from the retreat, I made one. This is the material that I chose, and this is how I'm using it with my floss bags at the moment. This is Gigi's, and I'm getting really fed up with all my threads getting tangled, so I'm going to make a couple more to go with my WIP projects, and I can be able to put my floss drops, my Annie keepers and my pin and chips in there and store the threads, and hopefully with a little tag pocket underneath stop them from getting tangled up, because it so annoys me. Even when I got them on cable needles instead of a ring, they still like to get themselves tangled. So that is that. Thank you very much, Lynn, for the idea. I will be making more. And while I was there, Thread Geek sent me an email and said, oh, we've got some new things coming along, and I haven't done a full coverage this year, and I'm feeling lucky. So I went in and I bought a kit from Thread Geeks. Now this is Black Cat 7. Let me take it out of the plastic so it doesn't shine. Sorry about the rustle. That is the design. It's stitched on 18 count, which I've never done a full coverage on 18 count. So hopefully it'll stitch a bit quicker than the 25 counts that I've got going. And I've got all the threads and the material, so I'm ready to go when the bug hits me, which will be sometime in June. I need a new start like I need a hole in the head, but hey ho, that's us stitchers. Now at the end of the month I am going to the Northampton retreat, which is the not only Mirabilia and Bella, not only Bella and Mirabilia retreat, run by Serena Hawkins from Hawke Hobbies. Now I have decided that I was going to do a new start there. So the pattern I'm going to do is Miss Christmas Eve, Mirabilia, another one. One day I might finish a Mirabilia. That's why I'm so keen on getting Gigi fairly done. But I am sort of stuck for what I need to do the fabrics. Now all the beads and everything I'm going to get from Zarina at the retreat, but I have sourced my own materials, and these again are from Megan. I've only received them this morning. So first of all, there's this lovely green opalescent. I don't know if you can see it in there. I don't know whether to do her in that or keep towards near the colour of the pattern, which is Desert Sand, and that is Megan's, or go a little bit lighter. Now which one would you choose to go with this? Let me know down in the comments below. And that is me done. I think my voice is just about held out. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm sorry if it's a little bit of a whistle tour, whatever you want to call it, a quick tour of my WIPs for the last 6 months, but my voice is basically about to give out. So all details I shall put on the video and down below. Now, I would appreciate it if you'd welcome me back by hitting that subscribe button and hitting the like button and telling everyone that you know I'm back, and hopefully I'll see you in 4 weeks time with my WIP goes and my projects and how I am going. It might, where am I? 6:27. Yeah, it might be the beginning of July because of when I'm going to the retreat. So just let me know what to do with these, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.